Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Don Zimmerman, the Oscar-nominated film editor behind some of Hollywood's most beloved films, passed away in July 2025 at the age of 81, leaving behind a profound legacy in the world of cinema. Born and raised in Los Angeles, Zimmerman developed an early passion for storytelling through film, a love that led him into the editing rooms of some of the industry's greatest directors. He began his career in the early 1970s, contributing to classics like Harold and Maude and Bound for Glory. His breakout moment came in 1978 when he worked on Coming Home, a poignant drama that earned him his first Academy Award nomination. It marked the beginning of a storied career filled with acclaimed titles, from Rocky III and Rocky IV to The Prince of Tides, Ace Ventura, Night at the Museum, and Men in Black 3. Known for his precision, intuition, and deep emotional sense of narrative, Don's work helped shape the rhythm and heart of each film he touched. In 2023, he was honored with the American Cinema Editor's Career Achievement Award. His passing was confirmed by Perception PR, who remembered him as not just a brilliant editor, but a deeply respected and beloved figure in the film community. Don Zimmerman's contributions will endure through the unforgettable stories he helped bring to life. Chris Willingham, the acclaimed television editor behind iconic series like 24 and The X-Files, has passed away at the age of 74, leaving behind a legacy that shaped modern TV storytelling. Born on December 25, 1950, Chris began his professional journey not in Hollywood, but in the U.S. Navy as a submariner. After his service, he worked his way up from a film shipping clerk to one of the most respected editors in the business. His first big break came in the 1980s with BJ and the Bear, followed by years of acclaimed work on shows such as Millennium, Grimm, The Sun, and Yellowstone. Chris earned 5 Emmy nominations for his work on 24, taking home 3 awards that recognized his gift for rhythm, tension, and emotion in storytelling. Chris passed away of a heart attack on June 28, 2025, at his home in Los Angeles. His wife of 37 years, Lynn Willingham, also an Emmy-winning editor, described him as an intuitive artist and her closest creative partner. A passionate animal advocate, Chris is also remembered for his kindness, humor, and generosity. Donations in his memory are being directed to animal rescue organizations, a cause close to his heart. His impact on television and those who knew him will never be forgotten.
Well, obviously the unexpected. You don't know with Avi where he's gonna fall, where he's gonna hit.
Alon Aboutboul, the acclaimed Israeli actor, known internationally for his roles in Snowfall and The Dark Knight Rises, has passed away at the age of 60, leaving behind a legacy cherished by audiences across both film and television. Born in Kiryat Atta, Israel, Alon carved out a prolific career spanning decades, portraying deeply human characters with conviction and nuance. His rise to international recognition came through powerful performances in Rambo 3, Steven Spielberg's Munich, and Ridley Scott's Body of Lies. However, it was his haunting portrayal of the enigmatic drug supplier in FX's Snowfall that endeared him to a new generation of fans in the U.S. Known for bringing emotional depth to every role, Alon earned Israel's prestigious Ophir Award and a shared Best Actor win at the Jerusalem Film Festival. Tragically, Alon collapsed on Habonim Beach near Tel Aviv after telling bystanders he wasn't feeling well. Despite efforts to revive him, he passed away on July 29, 2025. His death sent shockwaves through both the Israeli and international acting communities. Survived by his wife, Shirbilia, and their 4 children, Alon's legacy lives on in his powerful body of work and the lives he touched through his art. Wallace Annenburgg, the beloved philanthropist whose generosity helped transform arts, science, education, and social causes in Los Angeles and beyond, has passed away at the age of 86. Born in Philadelphia, Wallace was the daughter of media mogul Walter Annenburgg and carried forward his vision with heart, wisdom, and unmatched dedication. After moving to Los Angeles in the 1970s, Wallace became a guiding force in the nonprofit world. As president and CEO of the Annenberg Foundation for 16 years, she directed over $1.5 billion to thousands of organizations, championing causes ranging from public education and the environment to senior care and animal welfare. Her name graces some of LEA's most impactful institutions, including the Wallace Annenburgg Center for the Performing Arts and the Annenberg Wildlife Crossing, the world's largest bridge for animal conservation. Wallace passed away peacefully at home from complications related to lung cancer. Her family described her spirit as undefeated, even as her health declined. She is survived by 4 children and 5 grandchildren. Her life was a beacon of service, compassion, and vision. Wallace Annenburgg leaves behind a legacy that will continue to uplift communities and inspire future generations.
We worked with him for some time, and then I decided, well, I don't want to be a band singer all my life.
Cleo Lane, the legendary British singer, celebrated for her astonishing 4-octave range and genre-defying artistry, has passed away at the age of 97. Her death was announced by The Stables, the music venue she co-founded with her husband, jazz saxophonist Sir John Dankworth. Born in 1927, Lane began her career in theater before taking the music world by storm. Her voice, at once smoky, textured, and wildly agile, became her signature. With a career spanning over 6 decades, she captivated audiences across jazz, classical, and pop, becoming one of the rare artists to earn Grammy nominations in all 3 categories. Her live performances, especially her iconic 1970s concert at Carnegie Hall, left audiences breathless as she effortlessly soared from gravelly lows to ethereal highs in a matter of seconds. Lane was appointed Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire in 1997, a tribute to her immense impact on the arts. Even after losing her husband in 2010, she continued to perform, honoring his memory with grace and strength. Her passing marks the end of a luminous era in vocal music. Cleo Lane's legacy will forever echo in the voices she inspired and the hearts she moved. Sandberg, the Hall of Fame second baseman and beloved icon of the Chicago Cubs, has passed away at the age of 65 after a courageous battle with metastatic prostate cancer. Born on September 18, 1959, in Spokane, Washington, Sandberg grew up with a quiet determination that would eventually define his legendary career in Major League Baseball. After debuting with the Phillies in 1981, Sandberg was traded to the Cubs the following year, a move that would change the course of Chicago sports history. Over 15 seasons, he became one of the game's most complete players, earning 10 All-Star selections, 9 Gold Gloves, and the National League MVP title in 1984. Known for his hustle, power, and leadership, Rhino gave fans moments they'd never forget. none more iconic than the Sandberg game in 1984, when his bat stunned the Cardinals and lit up Wrigley Field. Though the Cubs saw limited postseason success during his career, Sandberg's relentless work ethic and humility made him a hero both on and off the field. Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2005, his number 23 jersey was retired by the Cubs that same year, forever enshrining his impact on the franchise. Sandberg passed away peacefully at his home, surrounded by his family. His death was confirmed by both his loved ones and the Chicago Cubs, who mourned the loss of a true legend. Ryne Sandberg's legacy will forever live in the hearts of fans and the soul of Chicago baseball.
Okay, maniacs, let's hear it for these monsters right here.
Hulk Hogan, a life of power, fame, and controversy. How will the legend be remembered? Hulk Hogan, born Terry Jean Bollea, was more than a professional wrestler. He was a towering cultural phenomenon, a symbol of American bravado, and a name that defined an era. With his signature mustache, ripped yellow tank tops, and 24-inch pythons, Hogan was the face of pro wrestling's rise into mainstream pop culture. On July 24, 2025, the world said goodbye to this icon when he died at age 71 following a cardiac arrest at his Clearwater, Florida home. His death was confirmed by longtime friend and business partner Eric Bischoff, marking the end of an unforgettable chapter in entertainment history. But to understand what made Hogan both adored and divisive, we have to rewind. Born on August 11, 1953, in Augusta, Georgia, Hogan was a Florida boy at heart. A musician in his early years, he found his calling in the ring after being discovered at Hector's gym in Tampa. Trained by Japanese wrestling legend Hiro Matsuda, Hogan quickly made a name for himself in the 1970s wrestling circuits. But it was in 1984, when he defeated the Iron Sheik at Madison Square Garden to win his first WWF championship, that Hulkamania was born. For millions of fans in the 1980s and early 90s, Hulk Hogan wasn't just a wrestler. He was a superhero in human form. He headlined WrestleMania 8 times, most famously slamming Andre the Giant in front of 93,000 screaming fans in 1987. His Real American theme song, post-match posing, and crowd call-outs like, "What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?" became instant catchphrases. Children wore his bandanas. Adults bought pay-per-views to watch him dominate. Hogan's fame reached beyond wrestling. He played Thunderlips in Rocky III, starred in family-friendly movies like Mr. Nanny and Suburban Commando, and appeared on Saturday Night Live. He even headlined his own Saturday morning cartoon, Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, and later his reality show Hogan Knows Best, introducing a new generation to the man behind the muscles. But like many larger-than-life figures, Hogan's story is also one of complications and controversy. In the 1990s, he reinvented himself as Hollywood Hogan, a slick, black-clad villain and founding member of the New World Order, NWO, in WCW. This heel turn shocked fans but revived his career. In 2002, he returned to the WWE and was welcomed back with thunderous applause. He would win his final world title at age 48 and wrestle his last match in WWE at SummerSlam 2006. His life, however, was not without scandal. In 2015, Hogan was removed from the WWE Hall of Fame after a leaked sex tape revealed him making racist remarks. The backlash was swift and brutal. Yet, in 2018, WWE reinstated him, and Hogan issued public apologies. Earlier, in 2016, he won a high-profile lawsuit against Gawker Media for publishing that same sex tape, leading to a $140 million judgment, later settled for $31 million, and the company's bankruptcy. That victory, funded in part by billionaire Peter Thiel, became a landmark case in media law. In his later years, Hogan stayed active. In April 2025, he launched a new amateur wrestling league, Real America Freestyle, with Bischoff, landing a TV deal with Fox Nation just weeks before his death. But behind the scenes, things were more complicated, especially with his family. Brooke Hogan, his daughter and former reality show co-star, had been estranged from him in his final years. According to reports, she voluntarily removed herself from his will in 2023, fearing people around her father were trying to manipulate him. Despite their distance, Brooke paid heartfelt tribute to her dad after his death, writing on Instagram, "We never had a big fight. Our blood has never broken, not even in his final moments." She added, "You were my everything, and I will always be your girl." Brooke's post offered fans a glimpse of the emotional toll behind the public persona, a daughter trying to protect her father, a man whose fame at times cast shadows over his personal relationships. So how will Hulk Hogan be remembered? To some, he was the ultimate entertainer, larger than life, full of charisma, and the reason they fell in love with wrestling. To others, he was a symbol of the complexities of fame, navigating scandal and redemption in full view of the world. His legacy is one of transformation, from babyface hero to villain, from beloved celebrity to controversial figure, and finally, back to an icon embraced by fans once again. Hogan's life was, as he once said, as real as it gets. He bled in the ring, bared his soul in court, and battled with age, injury, and infamy. But through it all, he never stopped performing, for his fans, his country, and, perhaps most of all, for himself. As the curtain falls on the era of Hulkamania, one thing is certain. Hulk Hogan didn't just play a character, he became one. And long after the arenas go silent, his impact on wrestling and pop culture will continue to run wild, brother. What are your memories of Hulk Hogan? Did he shape your love for wrestling or pop culture? Share your stories in the comments as we remember a man whose voice, presence, and spirit thundered through generations. The world of food television was shaken to its core on June 17, 2025, when news broke of the sudden and tragic passing of beloved celebrity chef Burrell. She was just 55 years old. Found unresponsive in her Brooklyn home by her husband Stuart Claxton, Anne was pronounced dead at the scene early that morning. While the official cause of death is still pending an autopsy from the chief medical examiner, police are investigating the possibility of a drug overdose, with reports noting a number of pills were found nearby. The shock was immediate, the grief profound. Known for her signature spiky platinum blonde hair, unapologetically bold personality, and infectious laugh, Anne was a bright light in kitchens across America. From the moment she stepped onto the Food Network, she captivated audiences not just with her cooking, but with her energy. That rare blend of fierce expertise and genuine warmth that made her instantly likable and deeply respected. But let's take a moment to rewind and honor the full arc of her remarkable journey. Born in Cazenovia, New York, Anne pursued her passion for food early, eventually studying at the Culinary Institute of America and further honing her craft in Italy. She went on to work in some of New York's most respected kitchens before stepping into the national spotlight. Her breakout came with the Emmy-nominated show Secrets of a Restaurant Chef, where she taught home cooks how to cook like professionals with an easy smile and a touch of sass. She became a household name on Worst Cooks in America, where she served as a mentor to struggling cooks across 28 seasons. Audiences loved watching her tough love teaching style, equal parts cheerleader and commander-in-chief. Alongside her television success, she authored 2 best-selling cookbooks, Cook Like a Rock Star and Own Your Kitchen, and inspired thousands to take risks in their own kitchens. Despite her growing fame, Anne remained deeply connected to the people around her. Tributes have poured in from fellow chefs and fans, describing her as generous, funny, and fiercely loyal. Chef Tyler Florence, who co-hosted Worst Cooks with her, said, "She was the kind of person who showed up for dinners, birthday parties, a swim in the ocean, and lit up every room she walked into." Even in her final days, Anne appeared full of life. Just 5 days before her passing, she posted a cheerful photo on Instagram with Brooklyn local legend, The Green Lady, her caption brimming with the joy of a casual city encounter. Friends say she had been making plans, talking about karaoke nights, and attending events with her husband. It makes her sudden death all the more heartbreaking. But while Anne is no longer physically with us, her spirit, like a well-loved recipe, lingers. She was more than a TV personality. Anne Burrell taught people to love food, not just as nourishment, but as expression. She believed in the power of a shared meal and the joy of teaching others. She didn't just cook on camera, she connected. In a statement from her family, they wrote, "Anne's light radiated far beyond those she knew, touching millions across the world. Though she is no longer with us, her warmth, spirit, and boundless love remain eternal." That sentiment rings true. Whether you followed her from her early Iron Chef days or tuned in weekly for her colorful commentary on Worst Cooks, you felt like you knew her. And now, her absence feels deeply personal. Anne is survived by her husband Stuart, his son Javier, her mother Marlene, and her siblings Jane and Ben. As her fans and the culinary world mourn her loss, they also celebrate the life of a woman who brought flavor, fire, and so much heart to everything she touched. Anne Burrell may be gone, but her legacy will continue to simmer in kitchens and hearts for years to come.
I'm also one of them, my wife Sharon. Saved my life. And my grandbabies and I love them all.
Ozzy Osbourne, the iconic frontman whose haunting vocals defined generations of heavy metal fans, has passed away at the age of 76. The news of his death came just weeks after a stunning reunion performance with the original lineup of Black Sabbath, his final gift to music lovers around the world. He died peacefully, surrounded by his family. Ozzy, born John Michael Osbourne in Birmingham, England, grew up in working-class surroundings, but his path would lead him far from home and into rock legend. In the early 1970s, his unmistakable voice helped launch Black Sabbath into the stratosphere of music history. With tracks like Paranoid, Iron Man, and War Pigs, the band carved out a genre of its own, dark, powerful, and deeply influential. After being dismissed from the band in 1979 due to substance abuse and erratic behavior, Ozzy didn't fade away. Instead, he found new life as a solo artist, releasing critically acclaimed albums such as Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman. Songs like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley confirmed that his voice, charisma, and sheer willpower could carry him beyond his beginnings. But Ozzy was never just about the music. In the 2000s, he stepped into living rooms across the world as the star of The Osbournes, a wildly popular MTV reality show that chronicled the often chaotic but deeply human life he shared with wife Sharon and their children. His stumbling, sometimes hilarious life off stage showed a softer, more relatable side to the Prince of Darkness. Despite battling Parkinson's disease and other health complications in recent years, Ozzy continued to appear in public and make music, defying expectations with his resilience. His last public performance on July 5, 2025, reunited him with Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, his original Black Sabbath bandmates, for the first time in over 2 decades. The show, held before tens of thousands of fans, was filled with emotion. Ozzy's parting words, You can't imagine what this means to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart." Felt like a farewell he knew was final. Tributes poured in from across the music industry. Metallica, who had shared the stage that night, posted a heartfelt photo with a broken heart emoji. Rolling Stones guitarist Ronnie Wood described the reunion as a farewell concert for the ages. Elton John called him a trailblazer and one of the funniest people I've known. From peers to fans, the sense of loss was universal. Beyond awards, including 5 Grammys, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and enshrinement in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Ozzy's legacy lies in the way he influenced countless artists and generations of fans. He wasn't just a performer, he was a force, a pioneer who embraced darkness not for shock, but as a reflection of human complexity. Ozzy leaves behind his beloved wife Sharon, who stood by him through triumph and turmoil, and their children, many of whom have built careers in entertainment. He also leaves behind a world forever changed by his voice, his vision, and his uncompromising presence. More than 5 decades after he first stepped onto a stage, Ozzy Osbourne's name remains synonymous with heavy metal. His life was chaotic, wild, and, at times, tragic. But it was never ordinary. He gave everything to his craft, to his fans, and to the sound that became a global movement. Ozzy's voice may be silent now, but his spirit roars on, in every power chord, in every rebellious lyric, and in the hearts of millions who found strength in his music. Rest in peace, Ozzy. The world was louder, wilder, and braver with you in it.
First and foremost, knowing who you are.
Oprah Winfrey, from pain to power. But what's happening now? Where is Oprah now? For decades, Oprah Winfrey has been a symbol of strength, success, and self-made greatness. From the dirt roads of Mississippi to the peak of global media, she's inspired millions with her unwavering resilience and boundless compassion. But recently, in the midst of Hawaii's terrifying tsunami warnings, Oprah's name has resurfaced. This time, not for a new show or a philanthropic project, but for a controversy involving her private land in Maui. For a moment, it felt like she had vanished. No press appearances, no public statements, just silence, deafening, unsettling silence. As the tsunami warnings swept across Hawaii, social media erupted with unconfirmed reports. Had Oprah Winfrey, the woman once hailed as the queen of daytime television, refused to open her private road while thousands scrambled to safety? The headlines were swift, the outrage louder. Her name, once synonymous with generosity, was now tangled in a growing storm of suspicion. Her team issued a denial, but the damage may already be done. What really happened that day in Maui? And more importantly, where is Oprah now? Today, we step back and take a fresh look at Oprah's journey. What shaped her rise from unimaginable hardship? How did she build an empire that changed the face of media? And what does this latest controversy reveal about the pressures that come with power? But before we dive in, how do you see Oprah today? On a scale from 0 to 10, how much do you think she still matters in the world of influence and change? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Oprah's breakthrough came at 19, when she became the first black female news anchor at Nashville's WLAC-TV. Her ability to connect with audiences and speak from the heart made her a natural fit for television talk shows. After a stint in Baltimore co-hosting People Are Talking, she moved to Chicago in 1984 to host AM Chicago, a low-rated morning show. Within months, Oprah's authenticity and emotional intelligence turned it into the highest-rated program in the city. By 1986, the show was nationally syndicated as The Oprah Winfrey Show, and the rest is history. Oprah dominated daytime television for 25 years, blending celebrity interviews with personal stories, social issues, and emotional truth. She wasn't just a host, she was a cultural force. Her book club could make or break bestsellers, her endorsements could sway elections and create billion-dollar brands. But Oprah didn't stop at TV. She launched a magazine, the Oprah Magazine, a satellite radio channel, and eventually her own network, OWN. She built Harpo Studios, produced Oscar-nominated films like Selma, and became the first black female billionaire in America. Beyond her media success, Oprah's legacy has long been shaped by her generosity. She's donated hundreds of millions to education and health initiatives, including her famed Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa. Her impact has earned her accolades ranging from honorary degrees to the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Yet, with great power comes public accountability. In July 2025, as Hawaii braced for a tsunami after an 8.8 magnitude earthquake near Russia, Oprah's name went viral again, this time under criticism. Locals alleged she refused to open her private road on Maui, a route that could have helped speed up evacuations. Social media boiled over with outrage, even as her team issued a statement denying the claim, insisting the road was opened after coordination with FEMA and local police. While local authorities confirmed Oprah's road was in fact open and aiding in evacuation, the situation ignited a broader conversation. What happens when icons become institutions? Are their decisions still seen as human or purely symbolic? Despite the storms she has weathered, both personal and public, Oprah Winfrey remains an enduring symbol of what is possible when resilience meets purpose. From a troubled childhood marked by trauma and poverty to building an empire of media, education, and philanthropy, her story is nothing short of extraordinary. She did not simply break glass ceilings, she rewrote the blueprint for what women, especially women of color, could achieve in America's entertainment and business industries. And while her name continues to shine on lists of billionaires and change-makers, Oprah has never lost sight of her mission: to uplift, to educate, and to connect. Her School for Girls in South Africa stands as a testament to her belief that education is the ultimate tool for liberation. Her talk show remains one of the most iconic pieces of television history, opening conversations on abuse, addiction, race, and spirituality long before such topics became mainstream. As recent events in Hawaii have shown, even the most admired public figures are not immune to controversy. Yet, the quick response by her team, clarification from officials, and her past record of showing up in times of crisis, be it fires, pandemics, or natural disasters, have reaffirmed her commitment to community. The road may have been metaphorical before, but in this case, it was also literal. A road to safety, a road she opened. So where is Oprah Winfrey now? She may no longer host daily talk shows, but she remains ever present in every book she champions, in every young woman she supports, and in every difficult but necessary conversation she initiates. Her voice, once confined to a TV studio, now echoes through classrooms, courtrooms, and global conversations about justice and equality. In a world that often forgets, Oprah remembers. She remembers her roots, her scars, her audience, and most of all, her responsibility. And in doing so, she continues to teach us one powerful lesson. You are not defined by where you start, but by how bravely you rise. What are your thoughts on Oprah's incredible journey? Has her story touched or inspired you in any way? We'd love to hear your perspective in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation, just like Oprah would.